Hello everyone. Now today I thought I might show you some ERTL Noddy vehicles that ERTL had made back in the 1980s until the mid-1990s. And I've got three ERTL Noddy vehicles here in their original packaging that I recently ordered off eBay. And first up I've got Noddy in his car. And this is the back of the packaging. This is the packaging that was used from 1990. Now, Noddy was a very small range that ERTL made back in the 1980s, and they only did 3 diecast vehicles. So you got Noddy in his car, and you got Noddy in his aeroplane. This one was the original packaging from the 1980s. And you also got Big Ears in his plane as well. I don't remember Big Ears having his own plane in Noddy, but for some strange reason, ERTL had made one. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to open up the packaging to show you a quick further detail of the model itself. So I'm going to go ahead and open one of them. So first of all, I'm going to show you Noddy in his car. So do this very carefully as not to damage the card. Hopefully. Oh. There we go. And this is the die-cast vehicle of Noddy in his car. Just put that packaging over there. Now, first of all, first impressions with this model is that it's a bit of a poor take that ERTL did of Noddy's car, but then again, this is a reuse of their Volkswagen Beetle convertible, and this was the same tooling that was used in a few other licensed toy ranges, such as the Smurfs and Looney Tunes and Garfield. Because I think in the Smurfs, one of the Smurfs was seen riding this same car, and obviously in a different livery. And it was also used as Tweety's car in the Looney Tunes range. And apart from that, I don't know. Apart from it being used for Noddy's car as well, as you can see, the grille on there is painted. It's got the Nod 1 license plate as usual, and you got the Noddy figurine on there as usual. And I think that bit's made of a polymer material or plastic, I think. Now for the wheels, it's a bit disappointing because you've got the generic wheels on there, but you do have the ERTL logo on there, say that it was made in 1985, and of course you've got the back tyre printed on there. That's normally supposed to be a back seat or a boot. So overall it's an okay model, but it's not really the best reproduction of Noddy's car, but this would be due to it reusing the Volkswagen Beetle convertible. But still a nice take. Now next up is Noddy in his aeroplane. Now again, this was a reuse from a biplane model that ERTL had previously used. I know that it was also used as the aeroplane for Bugs Bunny, with it saying "What's up, Doc" on it, and I'm trying to think what else it was also used for. I'm trying to think what other licensed toy ranges ERTL had used this tooling for. But this is Noddy in his aeroplane. Sorry about the camera falling, it's this blue tack. just going to get this one out of its packaging very carefully. Oh. And this is Noddy in his aeroplane. Now again, I think ERTL must have been on a bit of a budget, because it's not really the best aeroplane in the Noddy range. But of course, it is yellow. I mean, Noddy's aeroplane is yellow, and you can see standard one of those spokes wheels that ERTL would have previously used on the other cars. And you do have the ERTL logo printed on there. And you got the same, this is the same Noddy that was used on Noddy's car, as you can see, because it also looks like he's driving while holding a steering wheel there as well. And you got the Noddy logo there in red. Now that probably wasn't used in the TV series, his name on it. But I used to love watching Noddy as a kid, and Noddy was my second favourite children's programme. Well, originally my third favourite, and then when I dropped out of liking Teletubbies when I was 6 years old, Noddy became my second favourite children's TV programme that I liked. But I also remember when Noddy used to be at Butlin's a long time ago, from 1999 until 2004. So overall, it's a little bit better than Noddy's car, but I would say still a poor take on Noddy's aeroplane due to it reusing, due to it using the same tooling from other toy ranges that ERTL had made. And finally, what I'm going to show you is Big Ears in his aeroplane. Let's get this on the blue tack. And this was the only other die-cast model that ERTL did in their Noddy range, apart from Noddy and his car and aeroplane. Let's get this open. This one's open. Oh, this one's opening a little bit more easily than the rest. So this is Big Ears in his aeroplane. Now, again, I think this looks like it's a bit of a lazy retake. I don't ever remember Big Ears in his car. No, not in his car, in his aeroplane. I don't ever remember Big Ears having his own aeroplane in Noddy. But rather disappointingly, the model is green to match him, but I think... But again, it's got the name Noddy on there, but this time written in yellow, and I do think that's a bit of a lazy repaint in ERTL's part. I don't ever remember Big Ears having his own aeroplane in Noddy, but I think in one of the Enid Blyton books, it was shown that Big Ears was driving Noddy's aeroplane when Noddy first had his aeroplane. But that was about it, really. But of course, you got the... I think Big Ears himself in that aeroplane is made of plastic, just like with Noddy in his aeroplane and car. And as well as these die-cast models that ERTL did in their Noddy range, which is a really small range compared to a few other licensed toy ranges like Thomas the Tank Engine and Batman, I'd say overall it looks like ERTL were on a bit of a budget here, I would say. But apart from that, the other toys that ERTL did in the ERTL did in their Noddy range was Noddy and Big Ears as wind-up walking figures, and they were made of plastic, but I haven't bothered buying them because I was more interested in buying the die-cast models. So overall, I do think that ERTL are the worst for if you want to buy Noddy toys, but if you do like ERTL, then you can still go for it. You can still buy it if you do like ERTL. Of course, you've got the little spinning rotors on there, on these biplane models that ERTL reused to make Noddy's aeroplane and Big Ears' aeroplane. I think the back of the packaging on there shows, on this one shows Noddy in his car. That's the other item that you could get. And I think Big Ears in his aeroplane did come out later, because I think it did come out in the early 1990s. But I think it's a bit of a disappointing point that it's had to lazily change the colours on Big Ears' aeroplane, because in the prototype his aeroplane was red. Now I don't know if it was because they just reused Bugs Bunny's aeroplane, apart from the words "What's up, Doc" being painted over, or if they originally were going to have Big Ears' aeroplane red. But I don't know why they put the name Noddy on Big Ears' aeroplane, because it probably would have made more sense to have the word Big Ears on it. But yeah, I think I have seen Corgi. I have seen Corgi make Noddy vehicles as well, and they're much more accurate than these replicas that ERTL have made. So overall, what I would say, what rating I would give for the ERTL Noddy vehicles is I would probably give it a 5 out of 10, mainly because they're not exactly accurate. They're not exactly accurate to what they were in the TV series, and it is quite disappointing how Noddy and Big Ears' aeroplane is just a lazy colour switch. But apart from that, I would say, looking at the moulding on Noddy and Big Ears, they are very good. So that's why I'm giving this a 5 out of 10. And that's my review. Low memory again. And that's my review on the ERTL Noddy vehicles. I hope you all have had a good day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.